Alright, so we finally got the Yamaha Badger 80 parts after waiting and waiting and waiting. I tell you, the post office, their shipping is way off, but that's just the way it is these days. All the shipping is all backed up and out of order. And anyway, I have been waiting for so long just to get the valves, the two new valves and the valve seals. So we got those. We got the new top end. That is the new cylinder with the piston and the rings and the gasket. And it also came with a new sparkle plug. Super power. Never heard of that type of plug, but anyway, we got our box of parts that we got to put back on the head, chime and chain gear. Oh, and we got the new rocker, because the other rocker was it was broken in half, so I got to take the tappet off of it and the adjuster screw. And we got to put the cam back in the head. So here's the cam here. It's still in good shape. So I'm gonna get busy and put all this stuff back in the head, because I kind of don't remember how it goes. So let me throw this together, get the valves in, get them seated and everything, and then we'll get the four-wheel itself out, and we'll get ready to put the new piston and piston ring and cylinder, and we'll get the timing chain set, make sure it's in time, and hopefully this thing will fire up. Finally, been waiting for weeks, months, about a month I think, just to get parts, but we got them now. So let's get busy on it. Alright, so now I got the new valves in, they're seated, got the new valve seals, we got the new, well, not new, but we got the new springs and stuff back on, and heads cleaned up nice. So now we just got to put the cam in, which it just goes right in there like that. And what I'll do after I get everything together, I'll take some oil and pour it down in there, lube everything up. So anyway, here's a new intake rocker. Now the way these pins come out, when I took them out, if you was watching the last video, I got a special tool you use, and it hooks on the slide hammer. Comes with the little slide hammer. You can look at the first video, and this thing screws in there like that, and your pin screws in it, and you just slide hammer it out. So to put it back in, what I did was just found a screw that's the same thread that'll screw right in the end of it. And I guess I will lube that up with something. Just a little bit. And I'll just take the hammer and tap it back in there. So we'll put the rocker back in. Gotta get it with a cam lobe is. Booger bear to go back in there. cam in the way. Slide the cam out a little bit. Should be in the way. Why won't this go in there? I'm sure that's the right rocker on. For some reason, I guess it goes in at an angle. Should just slide right back in there, like so. Wasn't really a big job to pull it out. Oop, wrong way. The rocker should just go in there, and then you put the pin in, but for some reason it's not wanting to cooperate here. It should go in straight, but it's going in on an angle. What is the deal with that? Oh, you have to put it all the way. You stick it all the way inside the hole, then twist it, and then it lines up. I was going to be like, no, I ain't going crazy. This is what came out of it. So, should be able to take the hammer and let me go get the hammer. It's in here. Should be able just to tap it right back in place. You have to hold the rocker. Getting this lined up. Dead stop. Oh, that's the hole. Darn. There we go. These little engines are kind of tedious to build. Guessing it stops back up in there somewhere. I'm gonna knock it all the way through. Hopefully. Yeah. It's definitely on the rocker. Now I don't have anything set. I'm gonna have to readjust the valves once oh Lord. Leave it alone. That is not good. What did I do that for? I could have got a longer bolt. There we go. I'm gonna say that's far as it needs to go. It's pressed in there pretty good, so I don't want to go any further than that. I'm gonna take some of the adjustment off of this. I'm gonna have to adjust it anyway, just to make sure, because somebody could have had tried to adjust the valves, and that's the reason why the original rocker arm broke. So I'm gonna take a lot of the adjustment off. Because we're going to start over with it anyway. So my cam is moving. Alright, so now we just got to, because that was adjusted really far. So now, I see there's a journal in there. I wonder if this oil comes through that hole somehow. Because I don't remember how far back the pins was. Okay, so I got a longer screw. I'm not gonna let that happen again. So let's see. We got the rocker in place. Line up. The rocker just bouncing around in there. There we go. And what I'm doing, I'm just pressing the pins all the way in there until they stop. So I couldn't remember if they're supposed to sit forward a little bit inside of the hole, but they're way back in there. It's kind of hard to see. Let's get a light. But they're super way back up in there. I don't know if you can see them. But I just basically put them in there till they stop. But there's our exhaust rocker and intake. Like I said, I don't have, got the cam turning. I don't have none of the adjustments tight. I'm just gonna wait till we I mean, but you could adjust the rock. Well, you have to get it top dead center. Get the rocker where it's free and clear. What I'm going to do is just wait until I get it all together, and then we'll adjust the rocker arms. I think this is the timing chain tensioner here, so I need to get it out and I guess reset it, so when we put the chain back on we can tighten it up. Because when I took it apart, I just took the cam gear off and let the chain just fall off of there. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to reset this tensioner. Looks like it's just spring loaded. Oh, it has this screw here that's holding it. I ain't too familiar with these. Oh, see, it has an adjustment screw here. So I have to figure out how you adjust the timing chain tensioner. I guess what you do is back that screw off. Don't you hate just messing with stuff? I guess you back this screw off and the tensioner itself will slide back and forth, and you lock it back down once you get the chain tight. That is tight. Kind of makes you don't want to mess with stuff. Oh God. It don't move at all. Somehow this screw has got to come out. I hope this don't become a problem. Oh man, it's tight. We might be putting the chain back on. Just slide it over the cam gear. I really don't want to break that screw. We might have to heat it up and because it has a Phillips head on it. Like I said, the tensioner looks like it slides in here, but we might have to heat this screw up to get it to turn. This is the jam nut here. So basically it's just a long screw. So it will not turn, and you don't want to put any vice grips on it, because you'll really screw it up then. There we go. Woo! Put some force in it. So basically all that is, let's just slide it out there and take a look at it. I'm curious. So that screw actually sits on the flat area, pushes against it. When you push in on the tensioner, I guess when it's together, you spring load it and you push it in, the spring pushes in tight on the chain, then you go back and lock it down with the jam screw or locking bolt or whatever you want to call it. This thing here, I just got a Phillips head. So I guess you put this in push it, or how would that work? You put your chain on, loosen the locking nut, and the spring tension will push the tensioner against your guides, timing chain guides. And then while it's got tension on it, then you tighten this down. So yeah, that's how it works. Because right now it's just kind of laying in there. See, it's got spring tension. So when you take this loose, the lock bolt loose or whatever, the spring tension is going to put force on the tensioner against the guide, and that will tighten the chain up on the cam. So we will worry about that. I guess the best thing to do is just we'll leave this out until we get the chain and stuff on there. But we can, I think we can put the cam gear on. It's got a timing mark on it, which I bet you that is the timing mark right here on the head. It's like a little indentation, and there's a mark right here on the gear, which we need to clean that up a little bit. So I'm thinking we're missing something. I don't know if it's a good idea to put the chain and gear on now. I mean, not the chain, but put the gear on now, or wait till we get it back on the bike. It's supposed to be something to lock this gear down. It's a plate, a locking plate. Should have been in this box. I think it's over on the four-wheeler still. There's a locking plate that holds this cam gear down. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll probably just wait till we get it back on the bike, and then I can slide the chain over it. And then lock it back down. So let me find the plate. There's a locking plate that goes on here. Oh, no it ain't. No it ain't. No it ain't. There's actually a bolt. Man, this thing been apart so long, I can't remember. Jack. That's the cam bolt right there. So I'm suspecting that's going to be top dead center. So I think the timing mark, it's got to line up with this notch here. But that's how that goes. So I'm thinking about seriously waiting until after I get it all together, and then we'll put the chain and cam on there. So let me get the bike ready, get everything set up. We got to put the cylinder on and the ring and piston. We'll get everything set up, then we'll worry about the timing chain. Alright, so we got the Badger up in the air now, and I got to pull the side cover off the engine so I can get to the flywheel. That way I can turn the engine over to get it top dead center, and I can put the timing chain guides back in where they're supposed to go, because I can't see in there. So I already got the screws loose on the cover. And I was just about to pull that off of there. So I got the oil drain. Hopefully it won't destroy that gasket too much. Hopefully I got all the screws out. Appears to be. She is pretty froze on there. Unless there's a screw back here. Which I doubt there is. I don't know what goes back here. Oh, that's the clutch adjustment. I wonder what that's going to do. Do we need to remove this screw here? There's a nut that goes through there. Don't want to go yanking that off and tear up something. Let's see, where's it? 10mm socket is. I hate to disturb stuff that don't need to be disturbed, but I'm pretty sure that's holding something. Cover's not wanting to come loose. Only screws in it. Man, that cover is on there too. Don't want to damage. Surely don't want to break it. So what I'm gonna have to do is, I guess I'm gonna have to remove this screw all the way. In order to get that off of there, I'm gonna have to get something down in there to pry. It's trying to come. I think it's hung up on a dowel pin or something. Oh, the screws. It's definitely a dowel pin. See, can I get something small to go in there? Pocket knife. Goodbye gasket. Don't have a choice though. Don't have a choice. Sorry. It's trying to come out. Stuck right on that dowel pin. Actually, I think all this is going to come out together. Really hate to mess this gasket up. I don't really have much of a choice. But this cover is really stuck. Dowel pins got some rust on them, is what it is. Thing does not want to come off of there. What is holding it? Well, folks, I'm gonna have to sit here and play with this cover. It will not come off of there. It's stuck on. Stuck on the dowel pin, it looks like. There's nothing on the back side of the. Nothing on the back side of it. It's almost off, but I already destroyed the gasket I was trying to say. So this back here. It's the bottom dowel pin that is hung up on. right around the shifter. That bottom dowel pin is rusted solid. I'm gonna get this thing up in the air higher where I can get a good look at it. So finally got the cover off. It was these dowel pins. They're just so rusty, and the shifter where it comes through the cover, it was rusty. So I had to really wiggle it and jiggle it, get it off. I'm gonna take some emery cloth and clean that shift shaft off. So now I'm gonna have to pull the flywheel because I don't really see where the timing chain guides go, and I want to make sure the chain is on there correct. So you gotta have a special puller to pull it off. Get this washer out of there. Let me get a magnet. Always work right when you got the right tools. So this is a flywheel puller, which that one's too small. Let's see. Is that it? I think it's counterclockwise threads. Yep. The screws. Right on there like that. And you run that in while you hold that with a wrench. $13.16. $13.16, and you want to make sure that's tight. We can take a hammer and tap that handle, and it should pop right off of there. it goes. And we're not there. You gotta pull the stator off, which I didn't know that. So the stator is actually behind this cover. I mean, the timing chain is actually back there. Really hate to disturb that. The chain is still on there, it's just that I can't. I think I can. I might have pulled all this off for no reason. So, didn't have to pull the flywheel back off, so I put it back on. There's actually a timing mark inside of the case. I don't know if you can see it. It's that little tab that's sticking down right up under the case half right there. And then there's a timing mark right on top of the flywheel. It's got the letter T, and right where that yellow mark is, that line has got to line up with that little yellow tab that's sticking down. I got the gasket surface all cleaned up, and I also got the piston removed. Here's the new piston here, standard bore. Here's the old piston, and this thing had a crack in it. I guess that's where it smacked the valve, but I don't see any indentions or scratches where the valve hit it. But it's cracked all the way on the side, and you can also see the crack inside of there. So this piston wasn't any good anyway. Even the wrist pin is cracked. But here's our new rings. You got 2 compression rings, and you got these smaller rings that go around the oil ring. So one at the top, one of them at the bottom of the oil ring like that. So you want to make sure the oil, the little squiggly ring, is in the middle of the 2 regular rings. And then you got your compression rings. And you want to make sure when you put them on the piston that your ring gap is separate from each other. So you don't want to put your rings on your piston like this with it open like that, because compression will shoot straight by. So you want to just kind of turn them counterclockwise from each other, you know. And same with your oil rings. You want to make sure that your openings are not lined up by each other. You want to turn them a different way, because compression can shoot through there, and it can oil can seep through that gap. So on here, trying to see where the opening is. See, you got an opening right there on that oil ring. I don't know if you can see it. Then if you turn the piston around, the other one is on the other side right there. It's kind of hard to focus in on it. Now these rings have moved around up here on the piston, so you want to make sure when you got them on there, they're turned away, the openings are turned away from each other, because you'll have lack of compression. Alright, I got the piston on, and we got the rings on. We got them sorted where they're supposed to be. We got the cylinder on. We got the cylinder just hanging out, and we got the timing chain guides stuck in there. So the fun part is getting the rings compressed. Where they'll go back in the cylinder. Now what I did, I basically just I put a little oil in the cylinder, pre-lubed it, and I'm going to take a screwdriver and try and press in on the rings to get them to go in where the cylinder should just drop right on there. It's kind of hard to work on this little thing and film at the same time, so getting the right camera angle, you know, is kind of a job, but I'm doing what I can do. So let's see, that top ring, I think the gap is around the front. It's kind of hanging out there. Where is the top ring? Yeah, it's around the front. So I'm gonna put it around here where I can actually see it. So I marked them with yellow so I can know right where the ring's at. So I'm gonna these little cylinders are, they're a booger to work on. Not like a car. I think we are over the top of can't tell if it popped out on that side or not over there. Alright, we're over the top ring, and so I gotta come back over there. We should. Bottom ring is. Oop. Don't want to force it. You can easily break a ring. These little rings here are. Alright, we over that one. What is hanging me up over there? Is it the chain? Oh, it's the tensioner. I mean the guide that's moved on me. Actually, I think it's so you gotta wiggle it and make it go down. What is going on here? what's binding it up. It's like really stiff. Slid on, but it's it stopped right there for some reason. Why is it so stiff? I hope we're not catching the ring. Let's slide it back up for a minute. Something definitely ain't right. I think I know what it is. It's like the piston wasn't centered. The wrist pin. Damn, I didn't mean to slide it all the way back off. But better safe than sorry. This thing is a booger. I don't see anything wrong. This is just a tight fit. I think the piston needs to shift over a little bit. It's not centered. Start all over again, which sucks. Needs to come over the other way. Oh man. Yeah, it looks about right. For some reason, these I don't know why, but the wrist pin is stationary. Now I gotta do it all over again. Alright, that one went. But someone went. Yeah, that one went. Why it's so doggone stiff? The other thing's hanging me up is doggone tensioners. I mean, not tensioners, but guides. Everything is all screwy. I don't want the chain to come off there because that's going to really be a nightmare. For some reason, I guess it's just got a tight cylinder. Not moving at all here. Oh, it's the guide. Ah! Whew! Gonna slide down halfway and then stop. There. There we go. Woo! Man, that thing is not easy to play with. to make sure the guide is still in there. Both of them are still in there. So now we just got to put the head on it in the head gasket. And I'll go get that right now. Hopefully the chain stayed on there. I got too long of a wire. Kind of overdid it with the wire. That was the closest thing I could find. Oh man, oh gosh. Let me find some snippers. Alright, way too long. I guess I can turn it a little bit. Turn too much, just to make sure that chain's still on there. Alright. Alright, let me go get the head. Guessing that's going to be the other problem, where it's top dead center. Well, both of the valves are loose, so that's got to be top dead center there. Alright, here's the head. Let me get the head gasket. More fun. I need to get that oil up off of there before I think the gasket's upside down. I figured why I didn't sit in there right. Oh man, come on. Alright, gasket's on right. Guides in right. Alright, still too long. Alright, let me make sure I still got it top dead center. If I don't, battery getting low in light. So now we just got to stick the head on. And I don't remember if you need to leave the cam gear loose, because and then put the cam on, I guess. I mean the cam gear on the chain. Guess we'll try it that way, because you got to be able to get the chain. Everything's all screwed up. That guide has got to go. Hanging me up. I want to say is the timing chain. Right. I can't tell where it needs to go. It's light. I don't know exactly. I should have looked at it when I had it off. Where that lower guide goes. It does not want to. Reason to timing chain guide is hanging up. I think I see what it is. I think I'm gonna have to just take the tensioner out. Great. No. Why won't it? Something is hanging it up over here. It won't flush out. Missing a hole over there or something? What's going on? It's like sitting there. Something's definitely got me hung up. I don't know what it is. I think I got a good idea what it is. It's the thing, tensioner. Timing chain guide. It gets there and stops. I'm gonna have to pull this head back off and take a look at something. Something just ain't. It's only one way the tensioner will go on there. I keep saying tensioner. Guide to go on there. I'm wondering, do I got it in the right spot? I think that's what the problem was. I had it in the wrong spot. It's supposed to go on down in there. It slid out of the spot where it's supposed to go. Supposed to go all the way down in there, and there's a slot where these two little pegs stick out. I was wondering, like, something is just not right. I even took the tensioner back out. But you could have stayed in there. We'll worry about that later. Man, this thing, it's crazy. I'm used to working on big stuff, not the small stuff. This is kind of nerve-wracking. Probably easier if the motor was out. Well, I know it would be easier. There. Now we got it. Now I got to put the cam gear on and time it, which is at top dead center. That's going to be another job. I'll try and get y'all in here with me, but it's kind of limited space. Cause I got to get in there. So it's kind of hard for me to work with the camera. I don't know what's going on with my light. Alright, I got the valves adjusted. I got it adjusted at 4 to 5. It said you can adjust it anywhere from I think intake was 3 to 4, exhaust was looks like it's 4 to 5, I believe. I wrote it down. 2 to 5 on the exhaust, 3 to 4 intake. So let's just spin it over and see if it's got any kind of compression. Got the compression gauge. I put some oil in it, and we'll see what it's got. Well, we got something. I just don't believe this gauge is right, because it's showing the same amount of compression that the Honda's showing, like 60. I don't think this gauge is right. Something's wrong with this gauge. Let's try it again. At least I know I got the valves adjusted right. This cheap gauge let's try this again. It's not showing very good compression. Maybe the rings need to seat, but it is showing something. Let me grab another gauge. It's showing 60 psi, kind of like what the Honda's showing, but I really need to look it up and see what the compression settings should be, because should have more than that. Whoa! Pop my finger off. It's got compression. I think the rings just really need to seat. So we'll just put it together and run it. The compression probably is going to build up a little bit more. I just don't believe that it's showing that much. Kind of don't trust this gauge though, but you can see I put my finger on it, it popped. So it's got something. We went this far, so let me go ahead and put the exhaust on. Let's see, we got to put the intake back on. I got to tighten up the cam cover over here. Where is my other cap here? Looking for my other cap that goes. Cap that goes over the rockers. Got stuff spread out everywhere. I think that's the size. That's the bottom one there. I'll put the spark plug in it too. Oop. got compression. So I can tighten that plug down a little bit. Let me gather all the tools and parts up, and we'll throw it back together, put the side cover back on, and we'll put some gas at it, and see what she does. I gotta find the top rocker cover. It's around here somewhere. I got parts strolling around. Got the new carburetor, so that's good. So let me get all the parts together, get everything back on, and we'll go from there. Alright, now it's time to put some gas in it. I got the carburetor on. Got everything hooked back up. And we can now see what she's going to do. Made us a nice new gas bottle with a on and off switch. That'll be enough. Alrighty, let's see what she does. Guess we're gonna have to charge the battery. Almost cranked. Let me go get the jumper pack. Hit off, so that's a good thing. Give it some more battery power. I think I ran the battery down last time I was messing with it. Alright, I had to do a little bit of adjusting on the carburetor. They had the air screw turned all the way in. It just blew out probably a cup full of water. Man, this thing is full of water. I didn't think the pipe was that. It's either coming out of the pipe or the bottom end. Let me see if I can idle it up a little bit. Where's the idle screw at? Sounds good. It has blown water everywhere. Thinking, no, I don't think that might be the air screw. I'm trying to figure out what a idle screw is. Sit here and run. We don't want to rush it because it's brand new top end. I took the plug out earlier and it sprayed water out of the spark plug hole. I think it's just got a lot of water down in the bottom end. Looks like a sprinkler back here. All on my hand, sprayed all over the wall. Sounds good. Full of water. Man, that's ridiculous. Restart. Alright, now it's time to put the tires on the Badger. Finally got it to run right after putting the top end on. A lot of the water and stuff shot out the exhaust. That's all cleared. We got to put on a new brake cable because that brake cable on the left side is froze. So we got new cables for it. Got my antique tire changer, and we got some tires in the box. Supposed to be the tires. That's the right size for it. Brand new. They are 18 by 7.00-7s. Brand new set of bunions for it. Picked these up off the old Amazon. I think they were right at $100 or so, or 100 and something dollars. I can't remember what I paid for them. They were $94 for 2 brand new tires. I guess you gotta, they've been sitting flat for so long, you gotta pull them out. There we go. So we're gonna get these. Man, they've been sitting like that for a while in that box. So we're gonna break it down with the old tire changer. Tire changer 5000. Woo! One side broke. Flip it over. It's kind of complicated to work with. This thing for a very, very long time. But we'll get the pop. Tire rusted on the bead. Oh, the one side works better than the other side. Works better on big tires. Yes, these tires rusted on there. Do we have to cut the tire off? There we go. Woo. Now we can break it down. Get some breakdown tools. Now we can break it down pretty easy now. Just so dry on it. Tires are real dry rotted. The other one holds air, but this one right here, it's got like 3 plugs in it. And it won't hold jack. Haven't rode it yet, because tire stay up. So you got to pop it out the back. That's gonna be the kicker. Because they're so rusty. We're going to have to clean that bead up too. I had to get a longer bar. These old tires putting up a fight. I don't want to get my hand stuck in there. She won't come out, Captain. Come on out of here. Ah, it's out. I'm gonna cut my hand for a minute. But I need to clean all this rust off this bead here because I don't think that's gonna seal. So we'll hit that with the wire wheel. It's all kind of plugs in there. Well, they push them straight through. So I'll get the other one broke down, we'll get it on the rim. We'll put the cables on. We'll try and take this thing out before it gets dark. And try and give it a good old test run. See what she does. I got the rim all cleaned up. Got all that dirt and rust and stuff off of the rim. So we're gonna try and put the tire on. Kind of looped it up a little bit. These tires are kind of hard to work with because they've been laying in that box. I say we do this side first. I don't have any bead sealers, so hopefully these are not direct. Oh, they are directional tires. Yeah, so the rotation has to go like that. Good thing I've seen that. These are some little boogers, ain't they? I think wheeling them just made more problems. Maybe we should have put those on dry. Let's wipe some of this glue off of there. I think we overdid it. Never seen tires so hard to put on the rim before. The other thing is it keeps smushing in. I've never seen one that's this hard to go on. I'm probably gonna have to get out my tire changer table and lock this down and put it on that way. So let me get some things together and get that set up. We'll have to lock that rim down somehow. Alright, so I got my tire changer table out. Let's see, can we get it on there now? We got the tire locked down because I was having a freaking heart attack. It don't make any sense because that tire keeps smushing down because the way it was sitting, and it's going to make it a job to air it up. Now it's caught on the, got one side on, right bar. Never seen an ATV tire this freaking hard to put on before in my entire life of working on stuff. This is just utterly ridiculous. got it hung up over this thing is, these damn tires set up so long, smush. That's why they don't want to go on there. I don't want to mess the tire up. There. Woo! Now we just gotta get the front side on. Hard to work around my rim lock. We'll get it. Fingers. Almost. There we go. Man, now the problem is going to be airing it up because the way the tire pushing in. What I really need to do is lock it down like that. No, that won't work. Probably gonna have to put a bungee strap around it. I mean a ratchet strap. This doggone tire. Let's see. I've never seen a tire like this before. That's gonna suck. Ow. If I can just get it out, it'll stay out until I get rid of it. Air it up. Well, guys, let me see, can I get this stupid tire out, blown out somehow. Because they let it sit too flat. I guess they had it sitting on top of something. It will not come out and stay out. So I'm gonna have to get a ratchet strap and go around it somehow so I can press it down. Because just getting the front bead on there won't stay. It won't lock into none of the beads. So we'll fix it. Alright. So I finally got the tires on the rims. And those tires were a booger bear to get the bead up and air up, but once I got them on, they seal right up. We got the new cables on. Here's all the old frozen damaged cables. I had to cut one off. Well, I think I cut two off. These are the two front cables. Actually, this one front cable was still good, but I ordered two. It was two that came in the set, so got two for the price of one. This is the rear cable here. It was completely froze, so I greased the front end up, hit the grease fittings, and still got to do a little adjusting on the rear brakes. This is the parking brake here that you can lock. That way you won't roll down the hill. And we got the foot brake adjusted. So I just got to adjust on that cable just a little bit. Got foot brakes. We got front brakes. Two new cables. I made an air filter for it. What I did was just went to the hardware store, grabbed some air filter stuff that goes in your like furnace or air conditioning. Just regular air filter stuff, and I just cut a square out, and because I forgot to order air filter for it. The way shipping is these days, you order something, it takes forever to get some of it. That's what took so long to get this thing together finally. So, got the battery in secure. She should fire right up. Turn the gas on. Thing we gotta do now, put the tires back on, and she died. Still kind of cold. I didn't turn the choke on, but yeah, only thing we gotta do now is get the tires on it, and like I say, adjust the brakes a little bit, and she should be good to go. Might have to do a little adjusting on the carb. I guess since now I got the air filter in there, I might have to turn the air screw out a little bit, add more air. But she runs pretty good, so it lives to see another day. From sitting out in the woods, getting rained on and tree sapped, and squirrels and pack rats and ants and you name it. So I'm gonna get these brand new bunions on there, get them bolted up. It's nighttime now, so I spent so much time working with these tires. So we'll just wait till daylight, and we'll take her out for a stroll and see how she does.